She was wheeled down the cold, sterile hallway of Chicago General Hospital, each contraction a jagged wave of pain stealing her breath. Elise Carter gritted her teeth, knuckles white against the gurney rails, sweat and tears mingling as she tried to breathe. At 28, she had never imagined being here. Pregnant, alone, facing the man who had abandoned her. Months ago, her eyes had landed on the embroidered name on the white coat, Dr. Harry Morrison. The chill that ran through her spine had nothing to do with the hospital air. Fate, it seemed, had a cruel sense of irony. The man who had left her was now the one tasked with delivering their child. Elise remembered holding the pregnancy test with trembling hands. Those 2 pink lines had once promised happiness, only to become the seed of heartbreak when Harry looked at them as if they were a bomb about to explode. "Can you take care of it?" he had asked flatly, eyes avoiding hers. "Take care of it. Not our child, just a thing, a mistake." She walked out of their Lincoln Park apartment with nothing but a suitcase and a heart split in 2, returning to Cedar Falls to live with her Aunt Nana, giving up her career and her dreams. Now, as the gurney rolled forward, the fluorescent lights flickered, the corridor seeming to shrink around her. Each step brought her closer to Harry, closer to the past she had tried to escape. The nurse's voice reminded her to breathe, but Elise's thoughts were a storm of fear and anger. Memories of shared dreams, laughter, and the bitter end flitted through her mind. Finally, the doors opened and time seemed to stop. There he was, Harry Morrison, standing over the surgical table, mask down, dark eyes locking with hers. "No," she whispered, panic breaking through. "Get him out." But he didn't move. Calm, steady, he prepared for the labor. "Elise," he said softly, almost a plea. "I know you hate me and you have every right, but I won't let anything happen to you or the baby." Her chest tightened. Every contraction tore through her body. Every word of his dug deeper into her conflicted heart. She hated him for leaving. Yet a small part wanted to believe him now, when the stakes were so high. The monitors beeped urgently. The baby's heart rate had spiked. Harry acted instantly, guiding the nurses, checking vitals, speaking with authority. Minutes stretched into eternity. Dr. Harrison, the hospital director, stepped in, insisting Harry step away because of his personal connection. Elise's voice cut like steel. "You are not moving me like an object. Dr. Morrison will deliver my child." Pride and anguish battled in Harry's eyes, but he remained, ready to face the consequences for the life depending on him. As the labor intensified, Elise's mind wandered. She imagined Alfie's life, the courage and love he deserved, the loneliness she had felt. She remembered nights hugging her belly, whispering promises, imagining a future without fear. Finally, the emergency cesarean was underway. Local anesthesia numbed her body, but not her heart. Harry's hands were precise, careful, a contrast to the man who had once fled. And then, the first cry. Alfie was alive, lungs strong, announcing his arrival. Tears blurred Elise's vision as she cradled him, whispering his name. Harry shared the story that had haunted him for decades. As a child, he had lost his mother and brother during a complicated delivery, shaping a lifetime of fear and avoidance. When he saw the pregnancy test in Elise's hands, he ran, not from malice, but from fear. Holding Alfie now, he admitted he had already loved them both before he realized it. Elise listened, understanding his fear but not excusing the loneliness he had left her to bear. Weeks later, Harry returned in civilian clothes, carrying a folder. He presented Elise with a proposal, a leadership role in a new hospital program supporting vulnerable pregnant women. The position offered security, resources, and influence, but her first concern was Alfie. Could she trust him? Could she partner professionally with the man who had abandoned her? After careful thought, she accepted, seeing the opportunity to transform her pain into purpose. The program, Hope, provided medical, psychological, and financial support, daycare, and training, everything Elise had needed. 6 months later, Elise had grown into her role, respected, confident, and admired. Alfie, now 9 months old, crawled around their spacious apartment, strong and curious, with dark eyes like Harry's and determination like hers. She managed resources, gave interviews, spoke at conferences, and oversaw hundreds of women benefiting from the program. Harry remained present in Alfie's life, careful, respectful, professional, yet undeniably committed. One morning, after a flawless international presentation, Elise and Harry shared a quiet moment by the daycare window, watching Alfie play. For the first time in nearly 2 years, Elise looked at Harry not as the man who had abandoned her, but as the father who had stayed. "Maybe it's time we talked about what comes next," she said softly. Harry's eyes flickered with hope. "What do you mean?" "The family Alfie deserves," she replied. Not the family they had been, but the family they could become. Outside, Alfie's laughter rang like a promise. Amidst past pain and present triumph, Elise and Harry realized the future, uncertain, challenging, and beautiful, was theirs to build together for their son.